secret is, number 3 is my favorite.
When adversity came, I could have fell apart, but I chose instead to follow my heart. When adversity comes, I will never run, I will adjust, adapt, and overcome. Vision.
Hello everyone, welcome all to your one-stop shop for everything mindset, fitness, health, authenticity, you just being you. Welcome to not only I am Vision of Hope, but we, you know what it is, we are Vision of Hope. I am your host, Tariq Williams. Let's get right into it. So, the topic of discussion today is how to shape your mindset to show up for yourself on a daily basis. How to shape your mindset to show up for you, right? We're working on showing up for ourselves, what that means, what that looks like, but we got to get our mindset right in order to figure out how to do that efficiently and in the best way possible. And today I'm going to have today, tonight, this afternoon, this evening, whenever you're listening, I have 3 different things I want you to consider. But they all work together. They all are, find their ways to work in a cohesive unit together for that mindset situation. However, I have a secret for you all. The secret is, number 3 is my favorite. And so, with that being said, let's jump right into it. Starting off with number 1. When you talk about shaping that mindset, you have to recognize that you're going to have to stand up for yourself. Now, a lot of times in the disability community, or even just on a daily basis, you might find different individuals calling this self-advocating for yourself. But you got to stand up for yourself in different situations. Have that mindset that you're going to have to stand up for yourself when the time approaches, when time permits, when you feel like you need to. Stand up for what you believe in. Recognize that that is a thing that you're going to have to do for yourself, okay? Because things won't always get handed to you in different situations. You got to stand up for yourself, all right? Don't let people walk over you. Don't let people push you around. If there's something that you believe in, stand for what you believe in. We have morals, you have values, different things that shape who you are. So stand up for your authentic self. Because if you don't, you might end up with some situations, some different types of products of a different situation that you're like, gosh, maybe I should have said something at that moment, but now you're stuck with it, right? So shape that, put that in your mindset that you're not going to settle for different things that you don't believe in. So stand up, self-advocate for yourself, do what you got to do, show up for you, stand up for yourself. Number 2, this might almost seem, how should I say? This might almost seem like it goes against number 1, okay? But we got to find the balance, all right? We got to find out how these 3 things, but specifically these 2 right now, because we haven't gotten number 3 yet, but how these 2 things connect, okay? There's a time and place. You got to self-advocate for yourself. You got to stand up for your morals, stand up for what you believe is right for you, okay? That's how we start shaping this mindset. But with that being said, there will come a time where you got to take a deep breath and be like, okay, I got to be a little bit more patient. Patience, all right? Recognize those moments where you have to find that connection between self-advocating, standing up, not settling, and then just being patient with different situations. But not only that, being patient for yourself. Sometimes we have patience for other people, other external variables in our lives, but then we don't have patience for ourselves. I need to get this done ASAP, immediately, right now, let's go. No. All right, slow it down a little bit. Slow it down. Sometimes you just have to hit pause. I was talking a little bit fast there. I got started a little mumble. Let me be patient. It's got to slow it down sometimes. Collect yourself, reflect, whatever it is you got to do. Find that time to be patient. Don't only be patient to others, which you should be patient to others, but also be patient for you. Now, the third thing is crucial, all right? You have to when you're developing that mindset, okay? To show up for yourself every day, and you've put into the equation that self-advocacy, that standing up for yourself. Super important. That being patient for yourself, okay? Super important. But number 3, taking the time to connect with those first 2 things, but taking the time to tell yourself the truth. And so, what do I mean by that? Okay? Tell yourself the truth, okay? Take the time to analyze different situations and recognize that you have to tell yourself the truth. That could mean being honest with yourself and saying that you have room for improvement. That's being honest with yourself and telling yourself that you have room to grow. Being honest with yourself and telling yourself that you were wrong in a particular situation. And how does that connect to showing up with yourself? Well, if you can be honest with you when you make mistakes, recognize that you're not perfect, then truly the sky is the limit. All right? Like, there's gonna come times where you have to be honest with yourself and say, I could have been better. Or be honest with yourself and find ways to self-advocate in different situations when you feel like others may be wrong, okay? Taking the time to really, truly figure out what it means to be honest with yourself on a daily basis. And, that takes a lot of courage, okay? The courage of your conviction to be honest with yourself on a daily basis. It's almost like looking yourself in the mirror, okay? Where you have to improve, what you did wrong. But with that being truthful to yourself, also tell yourself when you're doing a great job too. When you're kicking butt and taking names, all right? Because you're going to have awesome times where you're doing great and times when things aren't going so great. But take the time to recognize when both of those things are happening. Recognize we need to ask others for help, for advice, internalize what that means for you. Be truthful to yourself. And with that being said, put all 3 of those things together, and that's how you show up for yourself on a daily basis. Get that in the mindset, keep going strong, keep doing you. There's a few more videos. Not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. Until next time.
When adversity came, I could have fell apart, but I chose instead to follow my heart. When adversity comes, I will never run. I will adjust, adapt, and overcome. Vision.